Well,
It's weird that we started off laughing.
well, it's a good sign, isn't it? It's a good sign. We started off laughing. Nice. Welcome back to the Turf District. Hey, it is post-mortem day, as we call it, but lots to talk about. Let's start with the basic that none of us wanted it to end.
No.
We were all prepared for that to go one more week, and unfortunately, it just wasn't to be. Now, Kayla, you were down at the game.
Yeah.
And I'm sure questions are going to come, but I want to hear from your perspective being down there. What did that look like? What did it feel like after the game and those types of things?
Actually, coming down and walking through the crowds of people wasn't as bad as I expected. I expected a lot of taunting and jackassery.
Okay.
And that didn't happen. I'm actually quite shocked.
Okay.
Oh.
We're going to get to that question.
We'll get there.
Absolutely.
But, the experience as a whole was fantastic. Like, that whole rally that Chris Sheets and Matt from Section O and Matt from Kissing Country 2, what they organized right outside the stadium was awesome. It was so much fun. There was hundreds of fans there. We're all rallying around, just like chanting, and it felt like a U.S. college football game. It was a lot of fun, and it was a lot of fun sitting with a bunch of Esks fans at McMahon. Like, you can't go wrong in that fact. It was a really fun time. It was just a really fire-tracking outcome.
Yeah.
I forgot we don't have a censor right
Yeah, there's
now.
no censor on this one. Yeah, exactly. We have to insert our own censor.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Where's Jedi Chick when we need her? She could just pop up in the middle, fire truck, and then go down. I was home because, as you can probably hear, my voice is not recovered. Hey, Amy, how's it going? I do give Leanne credit for taking all the blame for the loss by not wearing her Eskimo socks.
Oh.
But still, I was recovering, and so I sat at home and I watched that early game with Saskatchewan and Toronto, and obviously the excitement that happened in the last minute of that game, and I thought, hey, we're on the roll to have the same type of game.
Yeah.
And obviously it just didn't pan out that way. Now I'm curious, before I get to my take, because obviously the first part that we want to talk about is, of course, the call at the end of the game.
Yeah.
There's lots more to this game than just the call.
Yeah.
But that's the part that everyone wants to talk about.
Yeah.
So
and it's a shame.
It is.
Honestly, it is. But
yeah. Okay, so no, that's okay. Give me your take on the last 2 minutes of that game.
I thought it was a joke. I honestly thought it was a joke.
That's
I was
fair.
sitting up there and I was like, oh, they're going for like a fake or something. This is gonna be monstrous. And then if they weren't, they was setting up, and I actually was sitting there. I'm like, no. What? No. And then he kicked it, and I'm like, what happened? And our whole section, we were looking around at each other like,
what just happened?
That was a dream, right? That didn't just happen. That's not what goes on, right? That's not the decisions that one makes in that critical. Oh, it is. Okay. So yeah, that's. Okay. I don't know how else to explain it. It was just like, you're joking, right? That's all I felt. And then afterwards, I was like,
I think a lot of us felt that way, though. I think a lot of us thought that they were setting up to either try and draw them offside. Or something, and then they would actually call timeout and then do the actual play.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure I wasn't the only one in the entirety of the Empire that was screaming at their TV saying, "What are you doing? What are you doing? This is so easy. You just did 3rd and 6 and you guys got it, and you just did 3rd and 10 and you guys got it, and now it's 3rd and 4, and you're on the 13-yard line.
Yeah, with 1 minute and 24 seconds. Like,
you give it to your MOP quarterback.
Yeah.
He's got you there. He's the one that got us there for this whole season. You give it to Mike.
And I want to know if there was a conversation between those two. Like, obviously,
I'm sure
it's
there
private,
was.
But I want to know, like, the rationale and how Mike must have felt.
Well, and I actually did see a tweet like this. I wish I could give credit. If you're watching and it was your tweet, then please take credit for it. But if this is the other way around, you're half right, Alex. You're half right. I'm never going to get around to saying that Chris Jones should be anywhere near a Grey Cup again. But as soon as he's gone, I would totally agree with you, Alex. The tweet that I saw was, if this was reversed and Riley was the head coach back when Jason Moss was a quarterback and he made that call, what would Moss have done going to the sidelines? He would have lost his mind.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
Give me the ball. Let me tie the game.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the part that we're all having the hardest time wrapping our heads around. Moss was a quarterback.
Because even if you turn it over on downs, that's excellent field position.
To
get the ball back.
We would have actually had better field position than when we kicked off.
Yeah.
So, and we still need a touchdown no matter which way.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, and this is, I want to make this very clear for everyone that's listening. If you didn't catch it on CBC Radioactive earlier, which, by the way, thank you to the Radioactive crew and to Ken for setting that up. But thank you for having Mike and I on today. That was really kind of cool that we got to be part of that. So thank you. But if you missed that take, it is one of those calls. I rank it in the top 2, if not the worst call I have ever seen a coach make in a game.
Well, in CFL?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, in all?
Even NFL football that I don't watch enough of it.
There's been worse.
But from what
Pete Carroll's.
Okay.
Anyone who can attest, Pete Carroll's.
Yeah. All right.
Because that was Super Bowl. That's why. If this was in the Grey Cup, I could have agreed with you.
Okay. All right, fair enough. And I know which call you're talking about.
Yeah.
Even still, I still think it's my team. Yeah. It was there for the taking. It was there. Well, let me rephrase. It was there for the tie. It wasn't even going to give us the game.
Well,
unless you went for 2. But I think that would have been a ballsier call that I think I could have got behind than to kick that field goal.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no question about that. The only thing that I can, everyone's saying that it was an absolute. No, nothing's an absolute in football.
Oh, no.
Right. So, but it was worth the effort and the try.
Oh, yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
No one's saying that, and this is what got me so frustrated on Twitter today. I should have never went on Twitter today.
I think a lot of Eskimo fans should not.
I don't know why I did.
It was not Mossum. Extra points for you, Clippy D. That's right. It was far from Mossum. Yes.
I get so frustrated because everyone was dealing in absolutes and saying it was a bad call, and essentially it cost us those points, not the game initially, because there was a lot of other things that cost us the game. You're stupid to think otherwise. Football is chess. It's chess. You work up to your checkmate. Yeah. You don't just, checkmate, that's the game. Unless you played absolutely flawless game and that one play costs you, then that one play costs you. Yes. But you have to have a flawless game, because otherwise there's always other moving pieces. And that's what makes me so furious, is that everyone's focusing on this one call. And I understand why. It was a stupid call. Yes. I get it. And it gave us the chance of at least tying, not the absolute, but the chance. So you guys, I can't I have to go on the podcast because I can't censor myself. I can't censor myself.
You need your own. We need a fire trucker button. You can just push it.
Yes. Relax. Oh my
New Year
gosh.
goals, fire trucker button on the table.
Yeah.
Um,
Or one like right there, or
right,
a muffler
you could
or
just
something. Or like a...
yeah, okay, yeah. It's that was funny, Amy. I slept. What you said? I slept through part of it.
Yeah, I wish I had.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, 3.3 doesn't get you 8 points. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, when it comes down to it, it didn't matter anyway, because even though we did get the stop, then we fumbled the special teams.
Yeah,
And honestly, I was so upset at that point. The first line out of my mouth is, of course the special teams doesn't do what they have to do.
Right?
Because all year we've said the special teams...
That would be the nail in the coffin.
Pretty much, yeah. And I'm sorry, Jamil, if you're watching. I really like you, dude. That was a tough one.
Yeah, this game is definitely not on you.
But
that was
my honest, that's all right. It's close enough. Here's my big thing. You want to talk about a play that lost the game? If you want to talk about one play that lost the game for us, it was the Roy Finch 50-yard run. That all of our guys stood by and did nothing all. How's that for? That was pretty good editing, wasn't it? Nothing all.
Yeah.
Nothing all. Yeah, I think that was honestly. I think that was the thing that broke the camel's back, because it just showed that one of the weaknesses that the team has had a lot of the year, which is stopping the run.
Yeah.
And then Messam got that other touchdown as well, and that definitely didn't contribute. So it was one of those things. Everyone's going to talk about the call for a long time, but I think that the game was lost in the third quarter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Agreed. And that gave us a chance to tie. So it was maybe not it was not a good call.
Mm-hmm.
But even the funny thing is even after it, when you look back now, we did get the stop and should have had the ball with 20 seconds left.
Well, and that's actually what kind of surprised me too, is because the defense wasn't playing very well. Like the first quarter was good. The second quarter was
first quarter
okay.
was amazing. Yeah,
third was crap.
Yeah,
and I had
that was good. Good editing. Yeah, good editing. Yeah, exactly.
So. It wasn't fantastic those whole games. So for Moss to put his confidence in the defense, that's what shocked me the most, was because they haven't been playing well really all game. But then they did make that stop, and I'm like, okay.
We were all doing it. Yeah. There's a chance.
Yeah,
this might have actually worked.
So there have been several chances that just kind of imploded. So but it is what it is. Like, it's what, I used to be like that. And I realized that really football is just a game.
Yeah.
And like this kind of stuff, community and like making friends, like having fun is actually so much more important. And like if the guys aren't in there bawling their eyes out, then you should shut up, because it's their paychecks. Like, we just do it for fun.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm not anymore. Sorry, Amy. I was only going if Edmonton was going, but I can't justify spending $1,000.
So, all you unfortunate people in Ottawa, all you get is Andrew this week. Sorry.
That's not that bad. Give him sluice juice. It'll be fun.
Say that again?
I can't.
Yeah, I know.
Sluice juice. I was actually thinking of still going.
Oh, wow.
But I just don't. I can't. I got my student loans coming out next Monday.
Okay. I get that. Oh, Cliffy, we'll make it work. Gin Caesars, I like the way Superfan thinks. That's wonderful. So now... Let's thanks, Deb. Yeah, exactly. We actually brought that up on the CBC one. Actually, look at the call last year. But now
we'll have them.
Just a minute though. Here's the difference. Dave Dickinson had an excellent reason for doing that play, because 99% of the time last year, Buckley scores a touchdown on that play, and in the Grey Cup it just didn't work. For Moss, in this particular choice, yes, Sean White was pretty much guaranteed to get that field goal, but that didn't help. It still left us 4 points down.
And you know what's so funny? Different. I actually did the math. And if
Wait a minute. We live in Alberta. You can do math?
I can do math.
Wow.
I know. It took me about 10 minutes to figure it out.
Okay. Okay. I'm glad you figured it out. Yeah.
I should have done it this morning, but if Sean White would have gotten that one field goal that he missed and he bounced off the outpost,
yeah,
we would have won
we would
by
have been
2.
within a point.
But no.
Oh, if he got both field goals.
And then they marched up and got the field goal, we would have been up by 2 points.
So close. Anyway.
That is what it is.
Deep cleansing breath. We
were almost right.
Now, you said you went on Twitter today.
Yeah.
Twitter lost their minds over the call.
I was irrational.
And I do think that, I mean, the call was bad. We've already said that.
It's established.
We've said that lots. Yeah. There you go. And if we could tackle Finch, we would have won by 10. Exactly.
There's a lot of things.
And yeah, Ed, we actually asked that question earlier in the Periscope. Would Moss, the quarterback, what we would have thought of it? And he would have lost his mind. So that's the interesting thing. The biggest thing right now is, does that cost Jason his job as the head coach? People are calling for his head. Personally, I think that's funny. I would never say after a season like we had. Exactly. Next time, get on time. No, I'm kidding. I said I'm gonna. When it comes down, hey, dude, don't get into that. Now I totally lost my train of thought because if they wanted to fire Moss, that's ridiculous. He had to deal with all of the lineup changes.
Yeah.
He had to deal with all of the injuries. He had to deal with a special teams unit that had issues most of the year. He had to oversee it all and still find a way for these guys to be a team.
Yeah. And
going to practices, talking to some of the guys.
Go figure, Alex.
Alex, you can say that, but I'm going to tell you right now that there's way more to it than that. Ed leaving was for a lot of other reasons, I think. Needless to say, Moss isn't going to go anywhere, and I think we gotta just do this right now. So the it's not working. For Moss to go now, going to practices, going and talking to the players, these guys are a family. There is no way around it. They are going to, and one of the reasons that they are there is because of Jason Moss. And I believe that wholeheartedly.
Absolutely.
So I do not think that this costs Jason. Does he have to learn from it? Absolutely. Does he have to be better next year? Yeah, absolutely. But he got that team with everything that happened to it to the West Final and within a few plays and a bad call of the Grey Cup. So
and sometimes talent just isn't there when you want it to be too, right?
Oh, sure.
Like, it's not all on the coaches. Like, you can bark and yell and scream at your guys as much as you want, but if there's no discipline and no talent in a single player, and unfortunately you're taking them off the practice roster with no other option because of these injuries, there's only so much you can do with that in this season. Yeah. So, for, like you said, for him to come in now, last year as a first-year coach, turning a team around so different from Chris Jones's team, and actually getting those guys still to the playoffs in the East, still making it to that division final, coming back again, winning 7 in a row, losing 6, a lot to do with injuries, coming back, winning 6, winning 2 games in a row away, and then going into Calgary, one of the best teams in the league, well, obviously the best team in the league now, and still putting up a fight. Like, shut up. He's not going anywhere. I'm sorry. Like,
I don't think he should go anywhere.
He shouldn't go anywhere. And you can cry and moan and beep all you want, but
good edit.
It's so stupid. How could you rationally analyze for one, seriously, I hope y'all get fired for one thing you do at your job wrong, and then you'll understand where this dude's coming from, because I can't say it any better than what you did. Yeah. Because that's exactly what went through my head. Yeah. Like,
he kept this team together, so that's kind of what I feel anyway. So
yeah.
So yes, again, not the ending we wanted, but hey, you know what? It was a fun season.
Yeah.
What was your highlight from this season, Kayla?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. Like, there's so many different ones joining this squad.
Oh, well, thank you. Yes, that's good. Yeah, we're happy to have you. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
And just every opportunity that has come from that, like getting to go on field, meeting some of the players, and like actually somewhat befriending them. Me and Bryant are best friends now. I'm just kidding.
Oh, and meeting Alex and Amy, of course.
Oh, sorry. Yes, of course.
Yeah, the highlight,
absolutely.
Going
to Regina, like, that was my first CFL road trip, like, apart from Calgary. That doesn't really count, though.
Yeah.
And, yeah, just meeting, like, so many different people, and, like, it's so amazing what this CFL community has done just for me in my life. And it seems so trivial and, like, stupid, but it's amazing. Like, this has been one of the best years of my life so far, and it's all due to football. It's crazy, and like, that's why I can't be too sad about this loss, because next year we're at home.
Yeah.
And we can only get better, so.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. What about you?
And we're all going to be here.
I don't know why I get so
Andrew does love the abreves. No, he sure doesn't. It gives him cooties. Anyway,
Hey, Sue.
Yeah,
that's a good question.
That is a good question, actually. Yeah,
curious.
that might have to be a BD question. Uncle BD might have to jump in on that one. And yes, football does make life better. Absolutely,
so much better.
Yeah. I guess one of the highlights for me is every home game watching Danny and James doing those. The sideline
calls.
The green and gold dancers. Oh my god. That is like one of the greatest things. I just think it's every game it gives me a laugh. I love it. It's so awesome.
Did they show the one that they did at McMahon? They probably not. I
think
it was the one they were talking about, the best one yet. I think it was James that got on all fours.
Okay.
And then Danny was like holding the leash, and they were like trotting along the field. I'm like, is this a play call right now?
Oh my god. You never know. Is it a play call or are they just having fun?
I know. It was during the game, so you would think, but then you're trying to like trip up your opponent.
Yes.
So yeah. Yes. So I'm assuming that.
So I think TV. That was that was fantastic.
But.
And I agree with you. The tailgating was a great addition.
Yeah.
Very excited to have that, and very excited to watch this team. I mean, I love watching Mike Riley. Yes. And everyone knows how much of a Franklin fan I am and how sad I am that that's likely not to continue. Yeah. But, man, I tell you, it is not often that you get to see a tailgate poutine, exactly. It is not often that you get to see a leader like that every week.
Yeah.
And so thank you, Mike.
Yeah,
thank you for entertaining us and making that an exciting season to watch. So.
And bringing that hat game up.
That
hat game was on point.
I would love to be able to even try, but nah, I can't pull it off. Fathead doesn't work.
It's okay. Only Mike can. Cam Newton tried, but he failed.
Just can't. No. No.
Yes.
No. I'm really lucky if I can pull off the Coach Benny backwards hat look. Yes, Earthquake, good call, super fan. That's right. Does Riley win MOP? He better.
Hopefully, but like you said.
I'm just not sure if they're going to give the Lifetime Achievement Award to Ricky. So, needless to say, either of those guys I'd be happy with.
Yeah.
And when Mike wins it all next year, it'll be fine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
See?
So, yeah.
I like that. My only thing that the only reason I want Mike to win, that I don't want Ricky to win, if we go back and think, the 2 years ago, Henry Burris won MOP, then lost in the Grey Cup. Last year, Bo Levi Mitchell wins MOP, loses in the Grey Cup.
Oh, yeah.
So, Mike Riley, you have to win the MOP.
Yeah.
It's very important. Because I don't want...
We can't have Calgary win.
That's right. Madden curse. Exactly.
No. And it's not a bandwagon. It is not an Argos bandwagon because Ricky Ray fan since I started on this. So
yeah.
So it doesn't count for Esks fans and anyone who had Ricky Ray because we're like, it's Ricky Ray.
Well, ABC, man. Yeah. ABC. That's right. See, Amy, you and I are on the same page. All right. Well, we're going to talk a bit more about this game. We're going to talk a bit about the East Final and, of course, the prep for the Grey Cup coming up. I do want to, again, remind everybody, we did announce it on a couple of Periscopes before, but I got to tell you, the year-end Westivus party, we have booked it in January, so January the 19th, which is a Friday evening, back at our favorite haunt, which is First Round downtown on 104th. No, we don't, Deb. No. Go,
sorry.
Mike.
Sorry, not sorry.
First round, January 19th, Friday night. Come on out. All of us podcasters will be there. And we will share some drinks. We'll have some prizes. We'll visit with all of you, talk about our season, and maybe by then we'll just be able to laugh about the call.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I mean, I'm already over it.
Oh, wow. You heal
faster
I'm
over
than
about
I
the
do.
call. It's not. We'll talk about the call.
All right, we'll talk
about that. It's other things.
All right. Okay. That is so not true. Come on. Let's go, Ricky Ray. Yeah. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Do we have a time? Sorry.
For the party?
Are we gonna
I think it's starting at 6:30.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty sure
it's 6:30. And we have that little area. We
have our little area. Yes,
okay,
our regular area. So.
Not the loss, the call.
The call. All right, fair enough. All right, well, thank you everyone for joining us. As always, join us on Twitter at EskEmpirePod. Follow at Duchess Lombardi. Follow the Instagram, which is... I knew you were going to get at Eskimo Empire Podcast. Perfect. Follow me at Freepalicious. And, of course, follow the website, eskempire.ca. Thank you, everyone. And it's always cathartic talking football with you guys. I will be at the Grey Cup this week. I will try and release a few shows as much as I can. They will be unedited, so be prepared. There might be, I may have to change our clean rating. We'll see how that goes. But I am looking forward to seeing all of the football family out that way. And we will make sure that we get those all out to you as much as we can. So thank you to everyone that's part of that. Thank you for being part of this. And we will absolutely talk to you in a couple weeks.
Yeah. Oh.
I know.
So sad.
I'm here. There we are. Bye now.